const get user is an async function. And what this does is it gets the Twitter contract, and yep, this is exactly what it does. So basically, we get the Twitter contract from the get Twitter contract function that we wrote, and then using that contract, we get the user and we pass the current account. So if you remember this get user function, this is coming from the ABI. In the contract, we have written a get user function that takes an address. So when we set the current account, we set that address to current account, then we pass it, and we return the user. Uh, let's not return the user, let's store the user in state as well, right? So actually, let's see what we have. Let me just create this anyway, call it current user and set current user. And this is not going to be a string, right? So this is going to be our user structure, but let me lock this and let's see what we get back, if we even get something back from the contract. And we want to call this somewhere. We want to call this when we are connected. Actually, we just want to call it in another use effect hook. So let me just create another use effect hook, right? And this will be called whenever the current account changes. So whenever current account is set, we will make this call to the contract and we will call get user. Now here I'm going to log the user. So let's see if anything gets logged. Network doesn't support ENS. Okay, so this is a hard hat config error, I think. I don't know where I'm getting this, but the user is actually being logged, correct? Okay, it's basically this error is because we are passing an empty string, right? So right now, when my wallet is not set, it is passing an empty string, so it shouldn't pass that empty string here. So let me call this get user if current account. So the error that we were getting is that ENS domain or Ethereum address is not valid because it also accepts Ethereum domain, ENS domains, if it is abhi.eth or something. But right now, that error will go away because we are only calling get user if the current account is non-null. So, but let's see the user structure, right? User structure is this. It's an array which has 4 fields of 5 fields which we define in the contract, and we can also get those 5 fields by name. So let's actually take those fields out of the user, right? Let's see what we have here. User, we have avatar, bio, name, username, wallet, right? So let me get all of this. Avatar, bio, name, username, wallet. And we take all these fields and set it to the state. So let me define a user type here, right? Let's say type user, and it has an avatar, which is a string. It has a bio, which is a string. It has a name, which is a string, username, and what else does it have? Wallet. Yeah. Look, my autocompletion remembers more than me, apparently. Yeah, but it's bad. It can't do the job. So like you don't have to worry about GitHub Copilot doing your job. It can help you do your job better. It can't do your job because if we run into that ENS error, Copilot doesn't know what to do. At that point, you need to think. You need to read the error, understand why the error is popping up. So those things can't be done by AI, at least right now. So our jobs are safe. But anyway, here what I'm going to do is I'm going to store of type user, user or null, so that it can be null by default. Right now, I can simply take these values and yeah, since we're calling it get user, let's also return it, but let's also set current user and give it all of this. IO name, username, wallet. So all this auto completion comes because we have the types and we have GitHub Copilot. So now we are setting the current user to user. Let's also return the user as current user and get that user in our index file. Now we are not using it, but we will. So this, as you can see, this get user function got called from the from the contract. Now we need to, before getting the user, we actually need to create user. So we need to write a create user function, and this is going to be async. And we're going to do the same thing that we did here. Actually, not the same thing. We just we want to get the contract, get Twitter contract, and we're going to do, yep, create user, current account, test, test, test. This is not what we want. So you see all these auto completion, it comes, again, I'm saying this again, but it comes from the ABI file. But anyway, so here we can see that create user, or the sign up function takes the username, name, bio, and avatar. So 4 arguments. We don't need to pass this. And this is called sign up in our contract. It takes 4 arguments. Let's receive those 4 arguments here by order. Let's just try to maintain the order just for the sake of simplicity. Username, name, bio, avatar. So let me call this username, name, bio, avatar. And all these are strings. So let me say they are all strings, right? We can do all this together. So now this create user function will take these 4 parameters and it will pass them here in the same order: username, name, bio, avatar. So this in theory should call this sign up function with the 4 arguments and it should create our user. But right now we don't even have a form. So let me actually call this create user function. So if the user is connected, we can render a create user button here. This is where our button will come in of use, right? So instead of this connected to account, let me create a button and call it sign up, actually, right? On click, let's just hard code the values and just test that the sign up function works, right? So username will be Abhi, name is Abhishek Bisht, bio is some bio, and avatar. So in case you guys notice, I have this amazing Shiba Inu for my bio. So I will pass that as the bio link, and I will pass it to create user, which I get from the hook. And let me make sure I'm sending it from the hook. So create user, right? So nope, I don't want to automatically do this right now. But yeah, so here, let me bring that back up. So I'm passing the create user function, right? And let me also log this. Let's see what we get back. Why is this automatically creating the user before I even tap the button? Oh, because we this is not how we do this. We want to do it this way. We want to call that function when the button is clicked. Yeah. So now if I click this sign up button, which will only show up if I have an account, it should in theory pass these details and create my user. So let's cross our fingers and hope this works. So since this is an Ethereum transaction, there will be some gas fee, which I explained that gas fee is used to do any transaction on Ethereum. But anyway, this is on the test. This is on the local network, so it's fine. Okay, we got some error here. Let's just take a look. It's okay. Okay, so this is an obscure error because MetaMask actually needs. Let's find this error. I think I've seen this error before on Hard Hat, and it is something like 1337. Or let's just search for MetaMask. So this is the issue. If you see on the hard hat issues, basically what happens is MetaMask assumes all network have this chain ID, but hard hat uses a different one by default. So we can give this configuration in our hard hat config, and this should solve the problem. So let me go to my hard hat config inside of my contract. Here, I can just add this, and this will make sure that our contract works, right? So I don't know, let's redeploy the contract. Let's rerun the node and redeploy the contract. So cd, and this is the deploy script. Let me check if the node is running. Yep. And I'm gonna redeploy the contract. This is the address. I hope it's the same address. Yep, it's the same address. So now in theory this should work. Let's try that again. So let's do sign up, confirm. Yep, that worked. I got some response back. It should have confirmation, and now in theory we should be able to get that account. And we don't want to show this button when we get that account. uh, let me see if we get that. Okay, we also have an error, right? So if I do sign up again, it should give me an error saying that I actually already have registered. Error while processing transaction, message something something. But I'm pretty sure like it will return that we have that whatever error we had, right? But anyway, let me make sure I get this user. I said this. You let me just console that and call get user, right? So once this is done, I'll call get user, and that get user will set my user on the user state variable, and it's logging. Okay, let me call this get user function somewhere else in the use effect. Yeah, it should be called in theory. No, let's just see what's there in user. Yeah, so if you see this, my user is set. I'm getting the DP, I'm getting the bio and everything that we set, including the wallet address. We can confirm that this is indeed my wallet address, 0xFAB something something 4A, 0xFAB something something 4A. So this means that our sign up is successful. And just to notify that the sign up is successful, what we can also do is, instead of showing this button, so when are we showing this button? When the user doesn't exist, right? So let me add another condition here that says account dot um, actually this can be in different cases, so we can do account dot to uppercase is not equal to user dot address dot to uppercase, then render this button. Else render something which is the name of the user, hi user dot name. Even here this need to be optional. Okay, address doesn't exist. Oh, it's called wallet, right? So it renders my name, and it knows that I'm here. And if I disconnect this, it shouldn't do this anymore. So let me disconnect it. Now it will say that connect with Ethereum. If I connect with the same account, it should get my user. And if I connect with a different account, it should give me something else. Let's try connecting with a different account this time. Let's connect with this one. Yeah, so I need to sign up with this account. And if I sign up, it's going to error because I'm hard coding my username and this username is taken. So that should, again, not work. It is perfect. And now what we need is basically, instead of hard coding these values, we want to write a form that actually passes these values from user input and then creates that account. So I will write that form, but this video has become too long. So I will I will stop recording. I'll build that form, just a simple form. I think like this is not a front end or React tutorial, so you guys know how to build a form. I'll just build the most basic form that you can build, and I'll show you guys in the next video. And then above the sign up button, somewhere here, we will take input for all these fields so that the user can enter those fields, and then we create that user with those fields. All right, and let me do that and come back. Okay, so here's the magic. Here's the form. Nothing special. It's just four fields, which is your username, your name, your bio, and avatar link. Let's make sure we get the right avatar link, right? And I can sign up, but it'll error out because my account is already signed up. So let me take a new account. Oops, where are my accounts? Yep, here are my accounts. Let me take this account 16, right? And add it to Ethereum, MetaMask, I mean. So import account, private key. Now I have my account 5. So now I want to connect my account 5. So yep, I want to connect my account 5 and I want to disconnect my other account. Yeah, so now I'm connected to my account 5. Now let's give some username which is different from mine. Some name. Bio is some bio. Let's use the same avatar link because why not? And sign up. Confirm. Yep, so we just got signed up, and after we got signed up, it should have just. Oh, so we are rendering this form currently. Let me just fix this. So if not account, if account dot uppercase is this not equal to wallet uppercase, do this. Otherwise, why is the account different now? Yeah, so yeah, that works. I just needed to refresh it, but it says hi some name because it is getting my user back, and that's it. Now we can let's make this a little better so that Um, let me say flex, and we can do items center with let's say 80. That's it, and here let's render an image which is the dp, and let's say actually I can just render the user's avatar, and I can give it a class name something like rounded full. I think this should work. Yeah, and let's give it a height of 4, width of 4. Too small. Let's do 16. Oops, 1 6. Yep, so I have the image, and now here I'll render another div with the display flex call. That's it. And here I will render two spans. One will be the username, user.name, and the other will be their bio or their username. Let's just render the username. See how that looks. Let's add an at here. Let's say justify center. Oh, justify start, I think. Do the job. And I can call this as text sm, I think. Yeah, that's small text gray 300. Right, and this image div needs to have margin right of 4. So this is our user card, you can say, and we for some reason this is centered. I think this problem is somewhere here. We have centered everything. Let me not center everything. Actually, let me remove this text center. I think this should fix it. Yeah. So now you can see this is like a profile card, and we can have another tweet input box. Let me just add that somewhere. Uh, I think here or below this. Let's do below this. Let's add a text area. Let Let's just see how it looks. Yeah, so let's give it some classes to make it slightly better. Um, Rounded cell, and let's give it a placeholder. Twitter says what's happening, so let me give it the same. Yeah, sure. Right, so now this is my, I can give it a class name of ml4 so that there's some spacing, and let's give it the width 64. Okay, I think I'm constrained by my width of the container. So let me actually do one thing. Let's not render the names because it doesn't really add value right now. Let's just render these two things, and after this, I can render a button. So outside of this div, let me say here, I can render a tweet button. Label is tweet. On click. Which for now we can just log it because we don't even have the tweet functionality on our contract. Do right. So now we have a tweet button, and let's try to make this slightly more or better aligned, I guess. Class name is, where's the class name? MT2. Oh, button doesn't really take a class name. Yeah, because button is a custom thing. Let me just write it in a div and give this the class name, and also move this flex justify end so that the tweet button goes to the right. Okay, but it's still not the end, I guess. Why are we like centering everything? Oh, that's far too much. I think this is okay for now. I can make this full width. That helps. Oh, this is too much. I can make this 64 width to match with the thing on top. Yep, I think this is good enough. So we have the tweet button, and right now it does nothing, but we can add a state variable to take this text and we can tweet that text. But for that, we need to add this to a contract. But let's do it in the next video. Yeah, we've come a long way. So yep, stay tuned for more. Alright, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you liked this one. If it was helpful, please smash the like button, leave a comment down below if you have any other questions. You can also reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter. I'll leave my links in the description and on the screen. So yeah, looking forward to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.